Yo, what's good, YouTube? In today's video, I want to talk about Stephen A. Smith should issue an apology to Andrew Wiggins, and here's why.
The video you're about to watch on the Selftalk's YouTube channel is for fair use purposes.
Alright, what's good, YouTube? In today's video, I want to talk to y'all about Andrew Wiggins, man. I want to highlight the fact that Stephen A. Smith was slandering Andrew Wiggins for not being vaccinated at the time. And Andrew Wiggins gave his reasons why. And here's the video right here.
I'm curious, Andrew, have you followed across the league? Several teams have been able to get vaccinated. And, is that something you're looking into? I know obviously it's a team thing, but you personally get on with the season.
To each his own, really. That's whoever wants to get it. Some people, whoever doesn't want to get it, don't get it. Right now, I'm not getting it, but it's no knock or anything. Anyone else that's getting it, I make my own decisions. But right now, I decided not to get it.
Is that a choice that, through the team, have they given you that choice?
Well, no one has really said anything, whether you have to get it or not get it, or this is what's happening. So I think it's just everyone's decision for themselves.
Are you waiting for some more information before you make a decision?
Yeah, I don't really see myself getting it anytime soon, unless I'm forced to somehow. Other than that, I'm good.
Getting it anytime soon, unless I'm forced to somehow. Other than that, I'm good.
All right, so as you can see, it was for religious reasons, right? And he said he didn't want to get the vaccine and he wasn't going to do it unless he said he was forced to do it somehow. I really wish he wouldn't have said that, because I'll be showing later on in this video that's what eventually happened. But with that being said, Stephen A. Smith continued to slander Andrew Wiggins every time he had a bad game. He purposely picked on Andrew Wiggins. Stephen A. Smith had Andrew Wiggins on the chopping block and not Draymond Green at the time. So y'all already know what that results in. That results in Stephen A. Smith constantly talking about him as a player and basically just saying, a number one draft pick should be playing better. It's like the man is averaging 18 points. He's a solid player. Like, what more do you want from a number one draft pick who's not the star or the starter, who's not the number one option for the team? It's like they don't put that shit in perspective. They just talk numbers and be like, yeah, he's the number one draft pick and he should be doing this, but he's not the number one option though. If you give him 40, 50 possessions a game, he can average 25 to 30. It's really not that simple when it comes to basketball. Now, other guys are more efficient, yes, but still and yet, to basically try to call this guy a bust or whatever and, give him that title, what did Stephen A. Smith said? He would trade him for a box of cookies.
Andrew, you've had a really nice season this season. Your efficiency is at a career high. Your defense is probably the best of your career. But for whatever reason, it seems like you're still getting some criticism from talking heads out there. Stephen A. Smith said what he said the other day. How do you deal with that? Do you just kind of tune it out when you hear things despite the season you're having?
I just keep pushing forward. There's always gonna be people, that are going to say negative things, whether it's, constructive criticism or not. Some things are positive, some things are negative, but I'm just going to keep pushing, either way, just keep trying to get better.
Second round semifinals appearance, and I think I'd give it better than a 50% possibility they'll be in the conference finals. Having said all of that, let me be also clear about this. Last night was a disgraceful performance, and Steve Kerr was absolutely right to point that out. 9 minutes and 38 seconds they went without scoring. The longest drought in about a decade. Got outscored 28-0 in that span where they missed 18 straight shots, 9 of them three-pointers, okay? Those are historically bad numbers. And the other day I brought up about Andrew Wiggins on the jump when I said I'd give him away for a box of cookies. I'm not talking about his talent because I know Andrew Wiggins has talent. But for every one game he's significant, there's 20 games where it ain't there. The numbers are there. But in terms of impact, this is a former #1 overall pick, and you just don't get much. And that's how I look at it. That would not be the case if Olay Thompson was there. And that's why I say what I say.
You got to think about hearing this constant shit over and over from these guys. That makes this young man, probably feel like he ain't shit. But, Andrew Wiggins never fed into it. He just said he has more work to do and he'll continue to do better, So, he always humbly respond to the slander that Stephen A. Smith was giving him. And to say you would trade that man for a box of cookies is crazy. You know what I mean? He's a solid player. And as you can see, in the NBA Finals this year, he showed out, in my opinion. I feel like he was more important than Olay Thompson this year, in my opinion. But I'm not even gonna go off of numbers. I'm just saying, just based off of impact alone, Andrew Wiggins had a huge impact for the Warriors this year, especially in the final. So, but all of this stuff was before the finals, and this is when the juggernaut conversation was hot. So it's like he kept going after this man. It was Andrew Wiggins and Kyrie Irving. They was the main two people he was back and forth going at, because they was like the top players that wasn't unvaccinated. They was like the top players that wasn't vaccinated at the time. So Stephen A. Smith was just 1 and 2 with these guys. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. So I got another clip I want to highlight for y'all right here.
Looking for Steph, got a clean look at three, rimmed it out. Wiggins pulled on the inbound. Wiggins step back jumper, got it. Wiggins flushes it home.
Golden State Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins is still not vaccinated. As we well know, there are millions of people like him all across the country. But Andrew Wiggins is not like millions of other people. He's one of just 5 starters on an NBA team. An NBA team with championship aspirations. An NBA team that just so happens to play in the city of San Francisco, a city that requires proof of vaccination to even attend large indoor events, let alone participate. That means that as things stand right now, Andrew Wiggins can't play in 41 Warriors home games this season, or in any home playoff games. This dude is not eligible to play a single game of basketball at home. But you know something? He is eligible to be traded. And that's exactly what the hell the Golden State Warriors should do today. That's not my job to be judge and jury. If Wiggins has legitimate religious reasons for not getting vaccinated, that's his decision. I respect that. But the Golden State Warriors are not a religious organization. They're a basketball organization. Their job is to win. And you can't win when one of your starters can't play half the games. Andrew Wiggins is putting the Warriors team in jeopardy. I'm not even talking about their health. I'm talking about their basketball aspirations. And don't tell me that Wiggins has probably just done his research. All y'all talking about research, pretending like you've ever before read the damn ingredients on anything else you put in your body. Stop it. Stop that lying. Andrew Wiggins has made a choice. He ain't vaccinated. Now the Warriors need to make the only choice they can make. Trade his ass. Trade him for a player who won't miss half their damn games. It's very, very simple. In case you haven't noticed, my patience is up. If you're the type of person that gets a prescription from a doctor and reads every ingredient before taking the medication, I'm not talking about you. Because whatever reservations you have are consistent with how you have been. But most professional athletes, they get a prescription from the doctor, they go to the pharmacy or have somebody go get it for them, and they go get the medicine and they take it. That's what most of you do. Everybody else with the NBA, coaches, medical staff members, employees, personnel, administrators, everybody else mandated, vaccinated. But the players. I'm done. Trade his ass. Trade him.
So as you can see, he did a full take on this man in his Stephen A show, like he did with Kwame. You know what I mean? It just goes to show you Andrew Wiggins was on that man chopping block, and he wasn't gonna let go until he got vaccinated. Stephen A. Smith didn't have to do this. And it's crazy because as soon as Andrew Wiggins got vaccinated, you didn't hear the Andrew Wiggins slander no more. He wasn't talking about him being a quiet 18-point per game scorer and all this stuff, the #1 draft. He wasn't doing none of that shit no more, bro. As soon as Andrew Wiggins got jabbed up, Stephen A. Smith basically stopped talking about him. Crazy as shit, right? And this is what the old media do. So, only time he talked about Andrew Wiggins is like if Andrew Wiggins just went off and had a nice breakout game or some shit, you know what I mean? It's just like, but still, man, the slander wasn't there no more. It wasn't all day 20 takes on Andrew Wiggins and shit and talking about his numbers. As soon as he got that jab, that was it. And when Andrew Wiggins got the juggernaut, this is what he said.
I feel like the only options was to get vaccinated or not play in the NBA. It was a tough decision. Hopefully, it works out in the long run, and in 10 years, I'm still healthy.
This week or so, what does it mean to you to see audience support as you were making the decision?
Oh no, it was good, man. It was nothing but love, especially from Draymond. Iguodala said a lot of good stuff. So there was a lot of support in the team, and I feel like whatever decision I decided to make, they were gonna stand by it. So it felt good.
After the time, particularly after this interview, really just what was done, your plans this season, did that feel good?
It feels good to play, but getting vaccinated, that's gonna be something that stayed in my mind for a long time. Not something I wanted to do, but it's kind of forced to.
Will you have a sour taste towards the organization or the league or whatever?
Not towards the organization, they didn't make the rules. But I guess to do certain stuff, to work and all that, I guess you don't own your body. That's what it comes down to. If you want to work in society today, then I guess they make the rules of what goes in your body and what you do. And hopefully there's a lot of people out there that are stronger than me and keep fighting and stand for what they believe, and hopefully it works out for them.
What made it such a hard decision for you? Why didn't you want to get vaccinated?
I had COVID before. It wasn't too bad, and when I was a couple years ago, I had an allergic reaction to something, and it was a scary moment. I carry EpiPen now, so I know there's a lot of people get reactions. We're getting reactions or injuries from getting the vaccination. Also just I don't know what it's going to do to me in 10 years. Gene damage, whether there's no studies on whether or not it's going to cause cancer cells. So I don't know what the RNA is going to do in my body. Also, there's a lot of stuff. I feel like I can go on, for days about why I didn't want to get it. Most importantly is just I don't know what's gonna happen or what's gonna do to my body in 10, 15, 20 years or do to my kids, future kids. But I guess it's something I had to get done.
What brought you around?
In that clip, man, that boy looked broken. His spirit was gone, man. You can look right in his eyes. His soul just left his body, man. He looked disgusted. He probably felt disgusted just feeling that shit, that liquid go inside of his bloodstream. And, he just imagine that shit, man. Just, you ain't want to get something and you got to get forced to take it. And you just feeling that shit just going inside your body.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yo, pause for one. But just imagine that though, like, you gotta sit there, get this shot, something that you didn't want to put in your body based off your own religious beliefs. And you got Stephen A. Smith coming out slandering you like this instead of sticking up for you. Because he's all about those owners. He's not for the players. And that's what the old media versus the new media is about. The new media is for the players. Old media is all about the owners. And, they paid you $50 million. You should be showing up every day, broken leg. And you know how they do. Like Stephen A. Smith, he was pissed off at Jamarcus Russell getting his contract. Called him lazy, job of the hut, fat, slovenly, no good, lazy, bum of a quarterback. That's all the shit he said to that man, about that man on national television.
I am a person that believes in second chances. I think America is the land of second chances, except for when it comes to this dude, Mr. Jabba the Hutt, you fat, slovenly, no good lane. Oh, come on, that's a little strong. And listen, that's what he was with the Oakland Raiders. Darren Woodson was just sitting up here. He played for the Raiders. Ask him. Ask any member of the Oakland Raiders who played alongside this dude. This dude should be arrested for being a thief. He stole money from the Oakland Raiders for years. I'm talking $40 million. The dude had about 7 starts. Did absolutely, positively nothing. He cashed in the money, evidently used it on buying a bunch of donuts, okay? Never gave 2 cents about the Oakland Raiders. Didn't care whether they won, didn't care whether they lost, constantly changed his expression. The only time we saw him give a speck of effort was when he was literally caught on camera blowing his nose. That's about it. This dude is the epitome of a disgrace. He never cared, and now we're supposed to believe you cared all of a sudden. Then he comes up with some cockamamie excuse about, sleep apnea. I had sleep apnea. You know what I did? I had it operated on. Deviated nasal septum. That's the name of the surgery, okay? He could have gotten that done. He could have used one of them cat pack machines, whatever it is. He could have done all that. He could have came up with a myriad of solutions, but he didn't care because he was getting paid. He sold his teammates out. He sold the organization out. The late Al Davis, he sold him out or what have you. And by the way, maybe I'm a bit harsh and maybe I'll change my mind tomorrow, but considering this is the initial reaction since I just heard of the garbage this Jabba the Hutt individual spewed, no, he does not deserve it, not even a little bit of it, until he comes out and gives a public apology for robbing the organization of the money, for disgracing NFL quarterbacks, and more importantly, for not acknowledging that he is solely responsible for the ineptitude that he exhibited over those years in Oakland. Period. Did he pick?
Didn't realize that man was going through a lean addiction. Didn't realize that man lost 2 of his close uncles. Didn't realize all the other shit he was doing for the organization and other people around him. Because they refused to have a conversation with him. Because it didn't fit their narrative to have a conversation with him. Because the owners don't want that. The owners want the slander. They want some of their money back. They want these guys to feel disparaged and talked down to and shit. Like, it's crazy, man. Like I said in my last video, take away the money. Slander is slander. We should not allow that shit from these media heads coming at athletes. it's just ridiculous. That man took his father to an NBA game and they got to pan the camera to him and talk shit about him, all because he went to the game dressed up with jewelry on, and they got to say, well, if he would have spent as much money on his jewelry, then his NFL career, he wouldn't have been a bust. Can you imagine that? Your family at home, and then they see you on TV, they probably like, oh, look at Jamarcus, man, you looking good with his jewelry on, and then you got to hear some crazy ass white announcer just say some foul ass shit like that. It's just like, what the fuck? I remember Kwame said his daughter came to him one day and said, "Daddy, what is a bust?" I wish I could find that clip, but it was one of his older like videos, and I believe when he say that, because that's what he was known for before he went viral on YouTube. It was just NBA bust. I'm sure his daughter only heard grown folks talk about that shit. Oh, that's her dad. Yeah, that's Kwame's daughter. Who's Kwame? Oh, the NBA bust that played for the Lakers. You know, that's it. That's a title. I got to cover Jamarcus Russell in another video, and I feel like there's something that needs to be said about those guys, him and Kwame, and I'm gonna cover that in another video. So my channel is about the narratives and what these folks be doing. So salute, man. That's all I got for y'all today, man. I feel like Stephen A. Smith does owe Andrew Wiggins an apology. He did all that slander. He did all that side mouth talking. He did all that slick talk about him. Talked about his number, his game, called him a quiet 18-point per game scorer. And if Andrew Wiggins wouldn't have got the jab, Andrew Wiggins would have been on the chopping block. Every single loss that the Warriors would have had, Stephen A. Smith would have been right there repeating the same shit, the same thing he does to Kyrie Irving. When Kevin Durant and them lost games, he blamed Kyrie Irving. When Kevin Durant fell short, he blamed Kyrie Irving. The Nets get swept, blame Kyrie Irving. Nets this, Kyrie Irving. Vaccine shit, Kyrie Irving. So that's how it would have been for Andrew Wiggins. It would have been the same thing. Warriors lose, Andrew Wiggins. Warriors fell short, Andrew Wiggins. A player is injured, where's Andrew Wiggins? So yeah, man, they won the championship. Andrew Wiggins was a pivotal piece. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, but I just want to highlight those clips today, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. And this is Self-Talk for Selftalknews. Leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And that's my time, y'all. Salute.
If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the Cash App at Selftalk YouTube. Thank you.
Be sure to like, comment and subscribe while you're waiting. You can support by hitting the Cash App or PayPal. Thank you.